All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to just quickly make this live podcast regarding a very tragic business and a warranted situation regarding Mr. Trokon Gray, also known as Yellow Machine, who today have been invited to a radio program at Truth FM. And he simply wants to express and to give details to the public regarding the planned July 17 peaceful protest. Unfortunately, while he was on radio discussing details of the protest, without any provocation, without breaking any laws, without establishing any basis for an arbitrary police action, the Liberia National Police of Gregory Como has surrounded the Truth FM premises to arbitrarily arrest Trokon Gray without any legal justification. If there's one, I do not know of it. Mr. Gray is being harassed, intimidated, and threatened because of his outspokenness on issues of national interest, particularly the planned July 17 peaceful protest that is irreversibly fixed, that is unstoppable, that will not be delayed 1 second because of this brutal police crackdown that has been exercised throughout the country. And this is wrong, and we call attention to our international development partners to take note and to intervene, to remind the police of the existing democratic environment that requires freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of movement. And then knock on the doors of the media entity and require, suggest his security to serious danger. And we want to use this occasion to remind President Barricade, whatever affects Trokon Gray is your responsibility. If Mr. Gray is killed tonight at the hands of the notorious Gregory Como-led police force, Mr. Barricade will be held responsible, will be held liable, will be held accountable. You will not escape accountability for whatever that transpires in the police brutal attempt to arrest a man that is not in hot pursuit at 12 midnight, who has gone on radio to speak to issues regarding a peaceful protest that is going to unravel, that will shake the foundations of bad governance, corruption, impunity, and lawlessness on July 17. I don't know how you think you can intimidate or forestall a mass-based, people-driven process that is deemed to occur regardless of police approval or otherwise. Your attempt at intimidating, your attempt at creating fear, panic, and pandemonium is not going to deter the success of this particular planned protest. It's not going to deter the success of this peaceful, not violent, democratic right. The people will assemble. And this situation continues to escalate. Our people, Liberian citizens, are being arrested daily. They have been arrested in different places. By the time I'm through with this podcast, I'm going to begin to publish some of the names of notable figures that have been arrested in the communities because of the fear and the panic that has engulfed the security apparatus. Fear of the right of citizens to exercise their democratic franchise. This is wrong. This is unprecedented in post-conflict Liberia. Barricade is retrogressing the democratic progress that we've made, that we are supposed to be protecting, since the world ended. He's taking us back to the dark days, the slippery dark days of anarchy, of lawlessness, mysterious disappearances, etc. Today, I got credible reports that people have been kidnapped, that some of our people are being arrested for fear that they are influential public figures in the communities that are rallying supporters. This protest, this mass-based protest, is not in anyone's hand. This is a mass-based, non-political, pro-democracy movement that cannot be stopped by the arrest of a particular leader here or a particular leader there. If you are looking for people to arrest, come and arrest Moba K. Mwalo Jr. I'm right here in Congo Town at my home. I'm in my house talking to you. Arresting an innocent supporter and organizer who is a victim of police brutality, whose constituency continue to be victimized by police banditry. And by that I mean bike riders. Motorbike riders have been victimized, they have been brutalized, their bikes have been confiscated, huge fines been levied, while they are taxpayers. At the same time, they are not permitted to operate in places where other operators are allowed to go. This is wrong and will be revised. So if you're going to arrest Trokon for that, that is cowardice. You continue to demonstrate cowardice. You are proving to be weak, ineffective, and afraid. If you want to arrest someone, why not arrest the organizer of the protest? I am the lead organizer along with many others, but I take responsibility for organizing a pro-democracy, non-violent movement that will ensure that Mr. Barricade will be held accountable along with his corrupt officials who are exploiting and desecrating the seat of governance. This accountability measure is unavoidable, and arresting poor bystanders, poor supporters, innocent supporters and organizers will not stop D-Day. July 17th is D-Day, and it's almost here, and nothing stops it. Come and arrest Mobile Model. Leave Trokon alone. We warn again. If anything, if a hair on Trokon's body is burned or is hurt, Mr. Barricade and his bandit security apparatuses will not escape responsibility or accountability for abusing the right of innocent citizens or the rights of an innocent Liberian who simply want the best for our country. Is this the democracy we are building, where Barricade wants to be a dictator and a tyrant, abusing laws, troubling underfoot or underfoot fundamental rights to appease his personal political ambition of becoming a law unto himself or rising above constitutional law? This is unacceptable, and we will not be silent. We will stand up and we will speak out. I called upon the U.S. Embassy, the European Union, ECOWAS, and other members of the international community to take note and intervene and prevent the police from bringing or dragging this country down, because the country is being put or dragged over the precipice by the lawlessness and the banditry of the LNP under Gregory Coleman. And Barricade must be one to stop. Stop harassing peaceful citizens. We take their case to court, is thrown out lawlessly without respect for their right. We decide to peacefully converge in the street to advocate for those that are victims of police brutality, those that are victims of economic degradation, those that are victims of deplorable healthcare sector, those that are victims of insensitive demolition exercises. And you can't countenance that? You can't allow free speech? If we cannot go to the court, which is already compromised and neutralized, which independence has been stolen by Mr. Barricade, if our arrests are not protected by the courts, and we take our case to the street to create public awareness, you can allow that, even though we are peaceful, and the police has become a bandit unit, a militant wing of the Unity Party? The police is supposed to be a servant of the people, a protector of the rule of law, a defender of freedom of speech, not the other way around. The police is treading in a direction that is unprecedentedly chaotic, lawless, and violent, and we the people will not stand idly by and allow the desecration of the rule of law under the LNP. So Trokon must be left alone. His rights must be protected. The entire True FM premises is being barricaded by the police. There are men in arms that have surrounded True FM. And the international community must rise up, must make intervention, place call, and ensure this madness stop. If this continues, it could be detrimental to peace and stability because the police is cracking down on the rule of law and subjecting the rest of its own citizens to public disrepute and to lawlessness. This is wrong. I will end this podcast and call on all stakeholders, those that are defenders of this government, in its eyes of brutality and inhumanity, to speak sense to Barricade because he appears to have lost it. He appears not to be in control. This is not good. This is a dangerous sign. He's leading the country downward spiral. And these deliberate public actions that are detrimental to peace and stability need to stop. Regardless, July 17 will not be delayed, will not be stopped. Liberians, victims of police brutality, victims of lawlessness, victims of a deplorable healthcare sector, victims of hunger, victims of insensitive, selective demolition exercises. The 17th is your time. Let's rise up in the streets in their tens of thousands and put Barricade on notice that he is not above the law, that his bandit police commander, Trokon, must be dismissed. Victims of the King John massacre must rise to the reality that the blood of their sons cannot be shed in vain without accountability. Let's rise on the 17th to say enough is enough. If the police is desperate to arrest someone, I am here to be arrested. And I will never kowtow. I will never bow or kneel to dictatorship. We will stand, we will fight back in the non-violent space, and we will not be subjected to tyranny, dictatorship, and lawlessness. No matter who you are, the bigness of a gun means nothing to us. We are fearless, and we are in our tens of thousands, and we are unstoppable. And we'll meet you on the street peacefully on July 17. Enough is enough. Thank you.
So I was talking.